We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Vav and Aleph and Meseches Sukkah. This is Sukkah Daf 46a. And the previous summer there was a Machlokas Amoraim, whether by Sukkah we make the bracha all 7 days or just the first day. There was also Machlokas Amoraim by Lulav, the same Machlokas, whether we make the bracha all 7 days or just the first day. So the Gemara now asks from a Brisa. The Brisa says, Ha'osa Lulav li'atzma. Let's say somebody's making a Lulav for himself before Yom Tiv. Omer Baruch Shechayanu v'kiyimanu v'giyonu lazman hazeh. Says a bracha of Shechayanu. Not Lulat says, but when he takes the Lulav in order to be Yotzei, Omer Baruch Asher Kedeshanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu al netilas lulav. He says the bracha of al netilas lulav. V'afa b'shabirech olav yom rishon chozer mevarech kol shiva. Even though he made a bracha the first day, he should make a bracha every day of the 7 days. Ha'osa sukkah li'atzmo. Let's say somebody makes a sukkah for himself. Omer Baruch Shechayanu v'kiyemanu v'chulu. He says the bracha of Shechayanu. Nichnas leishev b'af. He goes to sit in the sukkah. Omer Asher Kedeshanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu leishev b'sukkah. He says the bracha of leishev b'sukkah. V'kevan sheberech yom rishon shuvenu mevarech. Once he makes the bracha the first day, he doesn't have to make any more brachas. So you see clearly, you have the Brisa taking sides on this issue. It's a question on the various Amoroim. Kasha lulav al lulav, kasha sukkah sukkah. This Brisa seems to be clear that by lulav you make a bracha all 7 days. Seems to be clear by sukkah you make a bracha only the first day. So the Gemara answers, Bishlama lulav al lulav lo kasha. When it comes to lulav, it's not difficult. Kan bizman shebeis hamikdash kayim, kan bizman shein beis hamikdash kayim. According to those who say that by lulav you only make a bracha the first day, they're talking about when there's no beis hamikdash. So the mitzvah of lulav is really only doraisa on the first day. But when there is a beis hamikdash, you're taking it midoraisa in the beis hamikdash all 7 days. So then you do make the bracha all 7 days. That's what the Brisa is talking about over here. That's why the Brisa says by netilas lulav you make a bracha all 7 days. Ela sukkah kasha. But when it comes to sukkah, we do have a question, because again, this Brisa seems to indicate clearly that when it comes to sukkah, you only make a bracha on the first day. And so the Gemara says Tanoihi. It's actually a machlokas Tanoim. The Tanya, because we learned in a Brisa tefillin when it comes to tefillin, calls man shem anichon mevarech alei, and every time you put them on, you have to make another bracha. Divrei Rebbe, that's Rebbe's opinion. The Chachamim say enu mevarech el shacharis bilvad. You only make the bracha one time when you put it on a shacharis. If you put it on, you take it off during the day, you put it on again, you don't make a new bracha. And the Gemara says it's going to be the same thing when it comes to sukkah. According to Rebbe, we're going to say every single day you're going to make a new bracha. According to the Chachamim, we're going to say no, you just make one bracha. Gemara says Itmar, it was learned Abaye Amar Hilchas Sukkah Rebbe. Abaye says the halacha is like Rebbe when it comes to tefillin. Every single time you put them on, you make a bracha. For Rava Amar Hilchas Sukkah Rabbanan, and Rava says the halacha is like the Rabbanan, that you only make a bracha by Shacharis. And the Gemara says Amar Rav Mari Bra the Bas Shmuel. So Rav Mari, the son of the daughter of Shmuel, said Chazina le Rava de Lava Kishmaite. I saw Rava, he didn't do what he himself said. Rava says that he holds like the Chachamim, meaning that he holds you only make a bracha at Shacharis. But I saw that Rava did otherwise. Rather, he would get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, wash his hands, put on tefillin, make a bracha. And if he needed to use the bathroom again, he would go to the bathroom, come out, wash his hands, and he would put on tefillin, make another bracha. So you see, even Rava would put on an additional bracha. And the Gemara says, "Va'anon na'ami k'Rebbe avdinon." He says, we do like Rebbe, umevarchen kol shiva when it comes to sukkah as well. We make a bracha all 7 days, just like Rebbe said by tefillin. You make a bracha every single time. And the Gemara continues, Amar Mar Zutra said, "Chazino leila Rav Papi." I saw Rav Papi the cholemas damanach tefillin. Every single time he put on tefillin mevarich, he would make a bracha. Rabbanon devei Rav Ashi, and the Rabbanon of the house of Rav Ashi cholemas de misham shibu. Every time that they felt the tefillin, they touched the tefillin mevarich, they would make a bracha. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rav Yudah Mar Shmuel. Rav Yudah says the name of Shmuel, mitzvahs lulav kol shiva. The mitzvah of lulav is all 7 days, meaning again, you make the bracha all 7 days of Sukkot, even though it's only doraisa on the first day. For Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, Amar Yom Rishon mitzvahs lulav. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi says, no, only the first day you make a bracha, because that's the mitzvah doraisa. Mikan v'elach mitzvah zekenim. From then on, it's a mitzvah from the elders, meaning it's only midrabanan. You don't make a bracha on a derabanan. For Rabbi Yitzchak, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak says, kol yom a mitzvah zekenim. Every single day, it's a mitzvah from the elders. Va'afilu yom rishon. Even the first day, sounds like Rabbi Yitzchak is saying, even the first day, taking lulav is only midrabanan. So the Gemara says, what are you talking about? V'kaimal, haven't we established the Yom Rishon Doraisa? We've already established the first day is Doraisa. How could Rabbi Yitzchak say every single day is Derabanan? And so the Gemara says, Ema bar mi Yom Rishon. You're right. Rather, what Rabbi Yitzchak really said was every day is Derabanan except for the first day. The first day is Doraisa. So the Gemara says, Yachi, if so, I know the Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. That's exactly what Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi said. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi also said that the first day is Dorais and after that is Rabbanan. So the Gemara says, Ema, rather, you should say, V'chein Amar Rabbi Yitzchak. Likewise, Rabbi Yitzchak says, meaning Rabbi Yitzchak says the same thing as Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. And the Gemara continues, V'af Rav Savar Kol Shiva Mitzvahs Lulav. Also, even Rav, he also agrees that all 7 days is a mitzvah of Lulav, meaning you should make a bracha all 7 days, even on the days it's Derabanan. T'yamar Rav Yechia bar Ashi Amar Rav, because Rav Yechia bar Ashi said in the name of Rav, Hamadlik Ner Shel Chanukah, somebody who lights the Chanukah candles, which is certainly only Midirabanan, Tzarech Levarach, he needs to make a bracha. Rabbi Yirmiyah says, Haroa Ner Shel Chanukah, Tzarech Levarach. Even someone who just sees the Chanukah candles needs to make a bracha. Mai Mevarich, what is the bracha on the Chanukah candles? Amar Rav Yehuda says, Yom Rishon Hamadlik Mevarich Shalosh. On the first day, the person lighting the candle makes 3 brachas. You make the bracha of Lahadlik Ner Shel Chanukah, She'asa Nisim, and Shechayanu. And Haroa Mevarich Shtayim. And the person who sees the Chanukah candles, so he doesn't make Lahadlik because he's not lighting, he just says She'asa Nisim and Shechayanu. Mikan Veilach, and from then on, meaning after the first day, Madlik Mevarich Shtayim, the person who lights the candles makes 2 brachas. You make Lahadlik Ner, and you make She'asa Nisim, you don't make Shechayanu if it's after the first day. Veroa Mevarich Achas, and the person who sees the Chanukah candles, he just makes 1 bracha, just She'asa Nisim, again, does not make Shechayanu if it's not the first day. Umay Mevarich, and what's the bracha you say in the Chanukah candles? Baruch Asher Kedeshanu b'mitzvos v'tzivanu lahadlik ner Chanukah. You make a bracha of lahadlik ner Chanukah. So the Gemara says, V'eichon tzivanu. Now where are we commanded? If it's only a midrabanan, why are we saying vitzivanu? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded us if it's really from the Chachamim. So the Gemara says, Milo sasur, because the pasuk itself, the Torah itself says, don't turn away from that which the Chachamim tell you. So you can make a bracha, even when the Chachamim institute something, you can make a bracha and say vitzivanu, because it's as if the command is coming from the Torah. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says a different pasuk, Sha'al avicha v'yagedcha, ask your father and he will tell you. Again, that pasuk also, it indicates that you are supposed to listen to the Chachamim, and therefore you can make the bracha with vitzivanu. In any case, the point is that just like you make a bracha on the derabanan of Chanukah, so too Rav is going to say you make a bracha on the derabanan, meaning all 7 days, taking the lulav. And the Gemara continues, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak masni la behedya. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak taught it explicitly. He didn't derive Rav's halacha from Chanukah. He said it directly by lulav. Amar Rav said, Kol shiva mitzvahs lulav. All 7 days of Sukkot is the mitzvah of lulav, and you make a bracha. And the Gemara continues, Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Ta'osa sukkah liatzma, if somebody makes a sukkah for himself, Omer baruch shechayanu v'chulu, again he says the bracha of shechayanu, Nichnas leisheba, when he goes to sit in the sukkah, Omer baruch asher kideshanu v'chulu, he says the bracha of leisheba sukkah. Haisa asuya v'omedis, now let's say the sukkah has already been made, he didn't make the sukkah, it's already standing. Im yachol l'chadish b'davar, if he's able to do something novel, to add something to the sukkah, mevarich, then he could say the bracha of shechayanu. Im lav, if he's not able to add anything, l'chashayi kanes, when he enters the sukkah, leisheba, in order to sit in the sukkah, mevarich shtayim, then he'll just make both brachas. He'll make the bracha of leisheba sukkah, and he'll also make the bracha of shechayanu. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rav Ashi says, Chazino l'Rav Kahana, to kamer l'lekulu akasa de kedusha. I saw Rav Kahana, he would say all of these brachas, meaning leishev, shechayanu, he would say all those brachas over the cup when he said kiddush. And the Gemara continues, Tanu Rabbana, and the rabbis taught, tell you l'fun of mitzvahs harbe. Let's say a person has many mitzvahs in front of him to do. Omer, so he should say the following, Baruch Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvos v'tzivanu ala mitzvos. Just say one bracha, v'tzivanu ala mitzvos. He gave us a commandment to do the mitzvos, and that will include all of the various mitzvos. Rabbi Yehuda says, no, mevarich al kol achas v'achas b'fnei atzma. You have to make an independent bracha, an individualized bracha, on every single mitzvah. Amar Rabbi Zera said, v'yitem Rabbi Chanina bar Papa. Some people say it was Rabbi Chanina bar Papa that said, hilchasak Rabbi Yehuda. The halach is like Rabbi Yehuda, that you make, again, a bracha specific to each action, to each mitzvah, on each mitzvah. Rabbi Zera v'yitem Rabbi Chanina bar Papa, and Rabbi Zera says, and some people say Rabbi Chanina bar Papa says, my time of the Rabbi Yehuda. What's the reason of Rabbi Yehuda? Tichsiv, because the pasuk says, Baruch Hashem yom yom. It says, bless Hashem every single day. V'chi b'yom mevarcheno so v'laylein mevarcheno so. Do we make brachas only during the day and not at night? Ela balomar lach. Rather, what the pasuk is coming to tell you is, b'chol yom v'yom tein lo me'ein berchosav. Every day you have to say brachas that are appropriate for that particular day. Hachanami, so too over here when you have multiple mitzvos, b'chol davar v'davar tein lo me'ein berchosav. With each particular matter, you have to have a bracha that is specific to that particular mitzvah. And the Gemara continues, V'yamar Rabbi Zera v'yitem Rabbi Chanina bar Papa, and Rabbi Zera says, and some people say Rabbi Chanina bar Papa says, Bo'u re'ei, come and see shelo kemidas HaKadosh Baruch Hu midas basar v'dam. That the way of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not the way of people. Midas basar v'dam klei reika, when it comes to people, if you have an empty vessel, and we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Vav Amud Beis.